Hi again, this is Law, and this is the third game of Best of 11 Gladiator Tournament. Map is a ditch. Blackheart again, petric again, yeah. So Cybran versus Cybran this time. And I'm not really sure why both players chose Cybran on this map. The only reason that I see is Wagner's, because you can really well harass with Wagner's on this map, especially given that Wagner's can kill PDs for some reason quite easily. So that's actually, if you're curious about build orders on this map, that's a typical build order here by Blackheart. I'm not sure about amount of pigeons, but that's not very... Oh, that's a mistake! That's a mistake! You should have done this. Move orders and attack move. No. Yep, GG. That's really bad. Let's see how bad it actually will be. Ah, he's building something. He's trying to use this engineer build range to get this rock faster. You can see he had to make a mass extractor, and he was stalling for like a few seconds. So actually not that bad, but actually Patrick Jones made mass extractor himself, so I don't know. Trying to use build range of engineers here. And looks like this layout, it was some mismicro here I probably missed with pigeons that started but then abandoned construction. Blackheart is actually ahead right now, so the way he built pigeons here is actually left space maybe between pigeons for some engineers. I'm not really sure, but he makes them in two lines, which means that some engineers were able to stay there for a long time, and like exactly like here you can see the pigeons curve to the top, so those engineers don't have to walk, and now we can see that Patrick Bones getting back into the score lead. So filling up his storage and going to build more another mass extractor. But I mean, actually by the time you make mass extractor you might actually need more mass because of how much you can spend it if you know that you are getting that many. So scout by Patrick Jones and fast transport by Blackheart. So he decides to do interceptor and bomber. His bombers are very annoying in this map. I've been losing to Patrick Jones on this map a lot. But this bomber is relatively fast. I guess this group is gonna get loaded right now. And very lucky they decide to load right there, not like here. So they don't have to walk so much. Decides to drop on the bottom, I guess it's totally fine. Bomb interceptor seems to be locked on the transport. You can see how he's slowly going more to the bottom, so he has an idea where transport is going to fly just because he locked on that thing. So it doesn't look so great for Patrick Bones because those engines dropped here and they can easily reclaim more, and you can see how much time it gets for the bomber. This is 20-kilometer map, so I mean, he split them, but he will manage to make like 2 factories before bomber will arrive. And there is radar coverage, so if he want, he can even dodge. Decides to drop one engine here, nice, but well, I guess that's fine. And a lot of drops in many different places, and that might be a very good thing for Patrick Jones. But where's transport got killed? So I mean, it looked like for Blackheart he made a fast drop and then he could return his transport to drop more, while this for Petric Pawns will take a very long time for transport to drop everything, so it actually would make sense to start making... Yeah, just in time, start making another transport. So... yeah, you can see, like, very nice. Both players can predict each other's tactic here. Interceptor patrolling where the bomber is coming. Actually, I mean, not dropping on Hydra, a bit strange for me. Because everything that you want right now, just spread out engineers to reclaim and build as much power as you can. And that's basically all that you want to do right now. You can also, I mean, both players are very good at defense, and that means that a game will go to the later stages, and that means that even this map, this insane map, will probably run out of reclaim. And that's actually not what always happens. Usually it does run out of reclaim for me when I play it, but just after it does, I actually just try to end game, because I'm counting on ending the game when I run out of reclaim. So T2 land HQ completed pretty fast for Blackheart. T2 air HQ is much slower for Petric Bones. We shouldn't really look at the score right now, because it seems like Blackheart is getting much more eco, and that affects his score because he's dumping mass into mass extractors, and that can be dangerous on this map. The real oh, that's very good transport snipe by Blackheart, delaying expansion to the top side for Petric Bones. But this is really nice here, dropping multiple places. This engineer needs to start building. Too bad I can't zoom closer, but I can do that. Maybe like that. Yeah, wow, this terraforming. It actually looks pretty cool with high graphics settings. So we have navy attempts, and Blackheart is even dropping on maxes. I mean, could possibly drop on reclaim, but maxes, I don't know. And T2 power been started here, and it's actually kind of very good for Petric Bones. He has all his engineers here, and that's what he wants to do, just build more T2 power. There are also engineers for Blackheart, but that's not nearly as much as Petric Bones has as his main base. But they still do even here, and you really should make a lot of drops here on this map just to grab this reclaim. I mean, at this point for Petric Bones, you actually can like select all your maxes and get them to T2, and that won't hurt you at all. But will that help you? I don't know, because I mean, what you wanna do is just get Tech 3 air as fast as possible, and attack your opponent with Tech 3 air, and that would be greatest thing that you can do. And sooner or later Blackheart will be forced to spam from this position to the bottom, or alternatively he can use air, of course, to defend and clear this position. But Petric Bones doing very nice going for this bottom side. Meanwhile, Blackheart is not expanding as much as Petric Bones, but he is getting a lot of economy, so I would expect Tech 3 maxes very soon from Blackheart, and I'm actually a bit surprised that he's not getting Tech 3 maxes. And resource allocation has been started for Blackheart, and preparations for Wagner spam, maybe. Maybe that's why he's not ecoing as much right now. Preserving this power for this, you know, Tech 3 air. But Petric Bounce, let's see if he's ecoing. Actually, not as much as I would. Yeah, you can see all maxes here are going to T2 and almost all, I guess. That's not that big of a deal, but that does affect your power income. And he has 5 pigeons and Blackheart had like 4, and he already has RAS and he's going Tech 3, and I don't exactly see how Petric Pounce is going to defend his base from Cyber and Tech 3 bombers, because one bomb here would kill 3 pigeons, one bomb here will kill 2 pigeons, one bomb here 3 pigeons. Yeah, so fast taking and very fast RAS and eco for Blackheart, allowing him to get Tech 3 air very fast. However, not so fast eco and stuff for Petric Bounce allows him to put a bit of pressure at Blackheart. Not nearly enough pressure, but we'll see. Tries to use gunships to kill engineers. They are pretty good at it. So Scout's going for Blackheart, and he's actually making strat. 2 strats, 2 ASFs, Scout and ASFs. So he really hopes for those guys to actually scout. I mean, if they were killed, that might be very hard here. So now Petric Bounce is one who's getting Tech 3 maxes. I'm surprised that I don't see Tech 3 maxes for Blackheart. I'm really surprised. So map control really goes in favor of Petric Bounce right now. Not sure about Navy. Navy seems to go well for Blackheart. He's doing T2 gunship harassment here. Basically, there are so many gunships and so many space they are spread out on that it's very hard to do anything. Like you have to split your units, air units, to deal with them. The Cree land HQ is going down. 1 T2 PD here, and that actually might be not enough if you mix T2 units in, but well, there are a lot of engineers that can throw anything as fast as they want to. Wonder if he will go for loyalists. So first strat is going for the build capacity, because he knows that RAS is done. Because, well, he can see HQ being upgraded. Not sure what's the second bomb here. Probably was a miss micro. Now very good hover micro for Strat Bomber. So he is going straight for HQ. Petric Bounce tries to throw down some anti-air to kill strats, but they get veterancy very quick here. And just few ASFs were enough to kill all interceptors here. Shields going down, but HQ itself is not shielded. So I mean, yeah, at this point Petric might even go for, I mean, not Petric, Blackheart may just go for ACU snipe, and looking at how much damage he dealt to the HQ and how much pigeons he killed here, it makes me think that ACU snipe might be actually better here or something. Killing that Angie there. Tech 3 Angie was killed, making another one here. Sam is he's trying to complete the Sam. But meanwhile, this is big struggle here, and Blackheart really committed to this, and only now makes first Tech 3 Angie to make Tech 3 pigeons. So he stopped echoing as soon as he got his Tech 3 air, and that's pretty bad for him. And we can see now that Petric managed to defend himself, and he probably has superior eco and superior presence on the map. I'm not sure if I can actually call it map control yet. And he should start spamming Wagners and not really not idling his T2 factories here too much. I mean, getting this mass is great. Getting your infinite mass is really good. And we can see Blackheart is not doing that so much. That looks like loyalists. Wow, I mean, it's much better to throw down some T2 transports and just drop anywhere here. There's so much mass, and he's control K-ing loyalists here, while big T2 land attack coming. Of course, we all see that he threw down Soul Reaper because that's his plan, but I mean, Petric should just get more Tech 3 air factories, and he's actually getting them. And Soul Reaper, I mean, if this anti-air would be more spread out, I would say that Soul Reaper is doomed and no way he can win here, but he can splash, take one anti-air, and then get veterancy on it and kill Petric Bones. But right now, if you can see, Petric Bones actually getting ahead in power, so he can spam more ASFs than Blackheart, while Blackheart stopped spamming ASFs. You can see actually there are absolutely no defense, and Wagners are not attacking, so pretty bad for pretty bad by Petric Bones, but well, that's understandable. Those strats trying to harass, but they can't really do much. And Wagner harass, T2 Gunship harass, doing its job. You can see a lot of stuff dead, and most of the map belongs to the Petric Bones. Funny enough, I can't even speed up this game. He's getting Tech 3 upgrade, it seems, and he's planning to spam more Tech 3 power. I actually thought he will get engineering stations, but well, that's fine. Of course. Yeah, game really goes slower. Not even sure why. But we may have time to talk about something or what. Well, basically really poor reclaim by Blackheart, surprisingly. And I mean, all those maxes go into Tech 3, and that doesn't cost Petric Bones so many mass to upgrade all of them to Tech 3. Main issue is power. He didn't even reclaim everything that he has here. Another issue is of course loss of navy, but that doesn't really stop Wagners from harassing. I mean, stopping 3 bombers from attacking your base with this Wagner spam stream is just really good for Petric Bones. And actually, I actually thought that main reason why people go cyber on this map would be Wagners. Usually you get insane amount of Wagners, or at least you can get insane amount of anything on this map, and Wagners are not that easy to counter. So looks like army might just curve around these T1 PDs and start killing engineers. Very bad situation for Blackheart, but he does have a lot of he does have a lot of air, and unfortunately for Petric Bones, a lot of his air factories unpaused only now, or not exactly sure why, but he probably doesn't know about Soul Reaper coming, because otherwise he would make SAMs with everything that he has. But what Blackheart can actually do here is to use strats to finish off ACU after the transport here. He's definitely knows, or at least suspects something here. Maybe he just seen strats, but now here comes the Soul Reaper, and we can see how T1 and IRPD can deal with Reaper. No SAMs are being built here except by ACU, and Soul Reaper tries to get rid of T1 anti-air. All shields are being upgraded, but not sure if it's enough. And I'm not sure what exactly Blackheart is doing. He's trying to vet his Soul Reaper, but it doesn't even have first veterancy yet, and SAMs are still being built under shield, and first veterancy comes, but it only gives 10% of health. You need second and third veterancy. And Reclaim was mostly denied from Blackheart, and not sure if he even tried to get it. And just obviously Petric was going for the much later game, while Blackheart failed his first snipe attempt, and second snipe attempt was failed as well. Not sure if it was like snipe attempt, he was going for HQ for some reason. Petric reached 500 mass here, pretty insane. And I guess he didn't even expect for Blackheart to not have any defense here. You can see Wagner's just walking around the core maxes because they would think that there is a defense, but no, there were not. So quite interesting game. Blackheart attempted a snipe. Overall, very well played by Blackheart until he stopped ecoing, basically. So I mean, stopping ecoing is great, but you just have to continue picking up stuff on the map, and he went for snipe, but I don't know, basically. It's pretty hard for me to judge. I think putting all this mass into strats could probably work even better than Soul Reaper. Or at least he could try to vet Soul Reaper to 3 veterancy first and then attack ACU, but well, then obviously it would fail because he would have defense. I don't know, really hard to tell what Blackheart could possibly do. Actually, Petric has almost no defense here, only 2 PDs on the front. Some PDs here, but I mean, he wasn't defending from anything. Blackheart wasn't attacking with anything. Yeah, so, and that's 2 wins for Petric Bones and 1 win for Blackheart. Let's go to the next game.